Hello and welcome to the next lecture. Today we're going to speak about security JDBC. So in the previous video you watched the same stuff but with GPA. With JDBC it's a little bit different, but still the idea is the same, except that we are not going to use the annotations or any like mapping. In our case we're going to do some queries for the JDBC and fetch pretty much the same data. So I'll just start with copying over our project that we used in a previous video. So I'm just going to use IP-r security GPA to the security JDBC like this. And we can open the security JDBC with the IntelliJ. Always check what you copy. So in our case that will be a GDB, but you know that's basically a JDBC. So we'll remove one of the lines called connected to Hibernate, and let's actually open the POM XML as well, and we'll convert our Hibernate. We don't need the panache at all, and we actually don't need the user as well, so we can remove the user itself. Here, as I said, we don't need a panache anymore. And then security here, we'll need to specify the Elytron security JDBC instead of our Quarkus security GPA. And yeah, we'll keep the Postgres up and running. So yeah, so this should work, hopefully. Okay, so it's refreshed. You can see that it's up and running. Refreshed correctly. So we don't have any more user, but what we can do, of course, is go to the Postgres. So I think we have a Docker. I hope we have, yeah. So we can go access-ti Quarkus Postgres PSQL. We can connect to our Quarkus database and see if we still have as clients from clients. And we have two users. As you can see, user name, roles, and password. So we don't need to tackle with it anymore. What we can do in our case is go to application properties, and we can set up how do we want to query the data. And it's super easy. I have the terminal here with the config. So we have attributes like this. So we have a JDBC enabled true, and then we specify the principal query. So this will be a query that will be used for users, and actually we can create a test user here, for example, right? And instead of a client, and we can specify it like this. So this will be more correct. This will specify our so we have a clear password mapper here at the index 1, and also the groups are mapped to the index 2 in our case. So this is like 1 and 2. So yeah, so we have roles here. We'll create a correct name of the role. So let's actually exec into our Postgres and create this test user query. So we'll connect to the Quarkus database. And I'll create a folder called the table called test user. You can see that we have a username varchar255, password will be the same, clear in our case, then ID and role. And let's insert into our test user few users, right? So we have one. So this will be admin like this. And then role admin, of course, like this, right? Okay, I forgot to use the values. Okay, yes, so we have this one, and let's create a user as well. So we have a user. You can also set up a backcrypt as in previous video with GPA, and this will be just a user. I forgot to use the admin for a user, so I have two users there, right? So we can go to and see. So we have a role here, username and password. So we use a password and a role here, test user. And yeah, so everything else stays the same, nothing changed. So we can go to first. Let's start our app, right? Maven Quarkus dev, and yeah, it should start without a problem, as this. Let's go to Postman. Let's go to the greeting with the user, and you'll see that we have a 200 OK. If we remove the authentication, it will be, of course, not authorized. And if we'll use this /admin endpoint, it of course will be forbidden. But if we'll change it to admin, in our case, this will be, of course, 200 OK. So yeah, now you know how to use the JDBC with security JDBC with Quarkus, which is super easy. And this one is also helpful if you don't use the users itself in the app. So there will be like, this will be like super external feature, but you only use the security from them, right? So you have roles and authentication outside of the logic, and you just want to save them in a database. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.